Hey everyone, by now I'm sure you've heard Wellcare is not going to pay commissions on prescription drug plans in 2025. And what's shocking is that that is not just for new business, but that is also on all renewal business. Wellcare has arguably the most successful prescription drug plan we've ever had, with over 1 million members enrolling this past year with the help of independent agents and brokers. And we have never seen where an insurance carrier doesn't live up to their past commitments. So the precedence is terrifying here. I have been waiting to make this video. I was not first out to talk about this because I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to approach it, and I'm still not sure. So even as I record this, I'm just giving you some raw thoughts and raw concerns about the situation with Wellcare. But if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm never speechless. Even though I felt speechless on this, I'm never speechless, and so I've got things to say. You know, when I was young, my dad taught me that I should live up to my commitments, and that your living up to your commitments was how you honored the name. My name was Bagley, and my dad said there is value in that name, there is history in that name, and we live up to our commitments. And the way that you make your name valuable is you live up to your commitments. And my dad, before he passed away, he had been married to my mother for over 60 years. Was it always easy? I'm his son. I can tell you their marriage was not easy. Were they always financially successful? No. Money was a challenge for my parents. They struggled with money till the day that my dad died. So why am I comparing this to a marriage? Well, a marriage, a civil marriage especially, in the ceremony it says, till death do you part. In our relationship with insurance carriers, they say that as long as we're servicing our client, they will continue to pay renewal commissions. Now, these commissions that are coming from Wellcare, these are not large sums of money. An insurance agent is making approximately $4 a month to service their clients who have a prescription drug plan. It's such a small payment. If you consider over the entire year, I mean, it's just a tiny payment. It's very small. But there's a lot of work that goes into achieving the outcome that your client needs. You have to get all their prescription drugs. You need to run through all of them, make sure that they're all covered, and recommend one of the 30 plus plans that are available, the right plan, and help them enroll. And agents do this every year for their customers for a very, very small sum of money. And so to take that away and to expect agents to do this for free is an assault on the value that an agent provides to seniors and to the industry. So this isn't just an assault on agents, it's an assault on the clients of our agents who rely upon this. The agents cannot do this for free. We don't receive government grants. We're not getting paid. Like Wellcare is getting loads of money from Medicare, right? Now, they may struggle to administer that and to make money. That's on them. But they are getting loads of money from the government. There is no money from the government coming to an insurance agent. An insurance agent who represents Medicare relies upon the commitments that were made to them by the insurance companies. And so to see this commitment broken, and Wellcare can say, well, it was in the contract that we legally could do this. We could remove the contract. We could cancel commissions at any time. Yes, but it was also in the contract that you would continue to pay for the life of that policy. Like a marriage, till death do us part, right? For the life of that policy, you would continue to pay. And you broke that. So you are breaking the trust of the agent. You are breaking down the support system for your own clients. And for what? For what? Well, that's the question, right? For what? What was the reason? So if you go back to the beginning of the year, that's when insurance companies have to decide what areas they're going to offer plans in, how they're going to compensate agents. At the beginning of the year, at some point, Wellcare made the decision to push what I call the nuclear option, to say we are not going to pay insurance agents, period, and to do something that no major carrier has ever done. They made that decision to push the nuclear option. Now, when they made that decision, maybe it was before CMS came out with all of these rebates that they've been sending this year. In some of my videos I talked about CMS rebates because of the election year. There are tons and tons of rebates coming out to insurance companies. CMS is concerned. They don't want to see benefits go down because they're protecting the Biden administration. And so they've done tons and tons of rebates and programs to reduce the cost for beneficiaries and increase money to carriers. In fact, one of the programs adds $115 approximately per person per month to prescription drug plans. So when Wellcare made this decision, they probably had no idea about how CMS was going to act this year, and they were under financial pressure. Does that make it excusable? Absolutely not. No other carriers did this. They decided to nuke the people who have supported them and to nuke the support system for their clients and for seniors. So, let me tell you a little bit of history about Wellcare that will make this very, very interesting and that may surprise you, because there's a saying that if you, with history, either read it or repeat it. If you don't understand the history, then you're doomed to repeat it, right? So read it or repeat it. So what's the history of Wellcare? Well, Wellcare is part of Centene. Centene is the largest managed care insurance company in the world, larger than United Healthcare, not in total membership, but in managed care membership, meaning like HMOs and managed care members. They are the largest in the world. How did they become the largest in the world? Well, the way they became the largest in the world is they acquired Health Net of California. That was the moment when Centene became so large. So Centene includes brands like Ambetter and Wellcare and Health Net. But why did Centene need to buy Health Net? Here's the part about history that's very interesting. Health Net was a very successful, large, 10 million member insurance company in Southern California and in other states as well, Washington, Oregon, etc. So, but based in California, 10 million members. Why did they need to be acquired? Well, Health Net made this decision to ostracize the agencies that represented them. And they removed FMOs entirely. They removed the entire structure of agencies. And they said that they did not remove agent commissions. They had all the agents, they cut all the agents out from their agencies and made them direct contracts to Health Net. Well, the impact of that was that the agent community said, we do not support this type of behavior, right? Where you are removing the distribution. And Health Net began to struggle. And the agent community would not represent them unless absolutely necessary. And they struggled so much that they had to be sold. And they were purchased by Centene. Fast forward just 8 years, and Centene is repeating the mistake that Health Net did in an even grander way. Instead of just removing agencies, they are actually axing the very representation in the community of insurance agents and removing all commissions for insurance agents on prescription drug plans. It's shocking, it's puzzling, and it's amazing that this could happen. Now, what will the result be? Well, unfortunately for Wellcare, I think the result is going to be very serious. The agent community is very upset. The clientele of the agent community is not aware of this, the fact that Wellcare has removed them from distribution and from compensation. But I believe that they will become aware, and I think that they will be very upset. And as insurance agents, we always want to advise people to do what's best for them. But there is a quandary. Can we advise someone to enroll in a plan that does not contract or compensate? And will our E&O insurance even cover us in that situation? That's one question that's been raised. But aside from that, if all things are equal, an insurance agent is going to work with a company that supports and appreciates them. Now, we will not harm our seniors, of course not, our clients. We feel that we have a fiduciary responsibility to them to make sure that they are in the right plan for their needs. But a lot of times the right plan can be a selection between 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 options. It doesn't mean that it always comes down to one. And so insurance agents have the opportunity there to help someone enroll in a plan that is the right thing for them, but maybe it's not Wellcare, right? And so that brings me to my final point. What about the other insurance companies that exist in the space? I believe that they are all watching. I think that they're watching with different feelings. Some are watching and they probably have already hit the microwave, they've popped their popcorn, and they're just watching and saying, let's see what happens. This is going to be explosive. Others are watching with curiosity. Wow, this could save Wellcare a lot of money to just slice out distribution and to remove all insurance agents on 3 to 4 million prescription drug plans. Imagine how much that they're saving. And they're watching, they're saying, wow, could this be the new cost-cutting strategy for 2026? To just cut out insurance agents, to remove the advisors from seniors, and to push everything into call center. And then, with Wellcare, there's a great opportunity here to take 3 to 4 million prescription drug plan beneficiaries and roll them towards Medicare Advantage plans. Let's get some good juicy contracts out there for call centers. Do those exist? Absolutely. I've seen the contract. They're much better paid than insurance agents because the way they can pay, they can compensate above fair market value. So there is incentive there, and insurance companies will be watching. And if Wellcare does well, and if this works out for them, then this could become a new normal or a new opportunity in our industry for insurance companies to just cut insurance agents who have worked. Why is this a problem? Well, because particularly with prescription drug plans, but with Medicare Advantage as well, an insurance agent usually does not even recoup their costs of marketing and of time and of their business costs in the first year of a policy. The reason that this business is viable and the reason that an insurance agent even exists to be able to help seniors choose a Medicare plan and to guide them through this complex Medicare system is because an agent is going to make money in year 2, 3, or beyond. They're not going to make money in the first year. And so when Wellcare, some of these prescription drug plans that have been enrolled just were enrolled throughout this year. And it's partial payment, right? So you enroll someone in July, you're getting $4 a month from July till December. Well, good luck with that. I hope that your time was worth $4 a month for only 6 months, and that's sufficient for you to stay in the business, right? So it's shocking to me that Wellcare would push the nuke button. It's terrifying to me that if they do this, they will be successful and other carriers could follow. So what can you as an insurance agent do? Well, number one, be aware and understand what's happening. Understand all of Wellcare's lines of business. They are not just prescription drug plans. They are not just Medicare Advantage plans. They also are their Ambetter individual health insurance, right? They're all these different plans. Make a decision about whether or not you're going to support that. And I can tell you my decision. My decision is I am not participating in Wellcare events. Wellcare's having their rollout here in Las Vegas. I'm not attending. And we have told our agents and agencies they can make their own decisions, but we are not attending and we're not participating. Does that mean that we will never enroll a member in Wellcare? Of course not. We are always going to do what's right for our members. And so I will end this video by saying I stand against what Wellcare has done, and I stand opposed to the way that they have marginalized insurance agents in this industry. I stand opposed to the way that they have compromised the integrity of my profession. I stand opposed to the way that they have put at risk seniors who rely upon the support to understand the system and to navigate the system, rely upon the support of independent insurance agents. And I see this as the biggest threat, larger threat than all of the final rules I've seen in this industry combined over the last 14 years. I see this as a larger threat than any regulation that we have ever seen or any proposed legislation, because the fact that they are able to not live up to their commitments opens the door for other insurance companies to take similar action. So I don't know how I can say it stronger than that. Now, as I say that, I want you to know that at Wellcare, I have many friends. I have long-standing relationships with very good people. None of them made this decision. None of them deserve to be put in a situation where they are taking incredible amounts of pressure and incredible amounts of vitriol. So to all of my agent friends out there, be kind to the people who work for Wellcare, but state your case. Send an email to your representative at Wellcare, or your, you probably should send an email to your representative in Congress as well, but send an email to your agency manager or whoever you work with at Wellcare. Tell them you stand opposed to this action and that it is wrong, and explain to them why it's wrong. But treat them kindly, because they are under immense pressure. Really, the decision here was made at very high levels in Wellcare, and the people who made this decision should take responsibility for it and should reverse it. And whether or not they can reverse it without occurring costs to Wellcare is unknown, but it doesn't matter. They need to do the right thing here. Well, I said I was speechless, but I lied. I had a lot to say. All right, guys, get involved, do something, support NABIP, reach out to Wellcare, do something, don't just stand by.